Hello and welcome back to another video. And again, we're going to go back to some of the fundamentals of Business Central. In this particular video, we're going to talk about dropships or dropshipping or special order, because the process is very similar, but it's going to be super awesome. So as we go through our journey in learning and adapting to Business Central, we will continue to trek through the fundamentals of Business Central. In the past several posts on not only on my video channel, YouTube channel, but also on my blog posts. If you haven't checked it out, take a look. It's in the the description below of this YouTube video. We've covered some of the basic functionalities of Business Central, from creating sales order to sales pricing, which is the latest video that you've seen. So in this video, we will cover the basic fundamentals of dropship within Business Central. Before we get started, what does dropship means? According to the standard definition of dropship, it is a form of a business who accepts a sale from their customer, but without actually keeping inventory. So this allows your organization or an organization to sell a product without necessarily taking on the risk. So how do we accomplish this within Business Central? Well, let's go through the setups and configurations that you need to do and apply before you can start taking in dropship orders or even special orders. So stick around and you'll see how it works. All right, so the first thing we want to do, we're just going to get right to it, right? So this whole drop shipping thing. So the first thing we want to do is go to our sales order list. So we're going to click this Tell Me More here and just go to my sales orders. All right, so sales orders. And yes, there you go. It's like, what's going on with it? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a brand new sales order, and we're going to navigate down to the sales line and find that sales or dropship and how dropship works. So what I'm going to do is now create a new sales order. And here I'm going to choose a customer. So let me go ahead and choose Alpine Ski House. Please note, if you don't see the drop shipment column, you do need to personalize the view to add the drop shipment column. So if you don't know how to do that, we'll walk you through that as well. So I'm going to navigate here, and I don't have drop shipment. So what I'm going to do now is click on this COGS or settings menu. I'm going to personalize and click more. Plus field, and I'm just going to click inside this box, and it's going to show me my available column. So let me go ahead and there you go. And I'm going to search for dropshipment. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to drag it somewhere around here. Doesn't really matter. So somewhere close by so we can actually see it. Oop. All right, so this should be added there. And special order is the same thing. So if you're going to be doing this on the special order, I can also drag that down here as well. I'll drag it there. I'm not going to do it on this video, but the process is very similar. Once you've added that column, I'm going to click done. So you do need to get that field available. So if you, it's pretty straightforward there. I just showed to you. It takes like a few seconds to do so. All right, so the next step now is I'm going to add an item. So I'm going to choose an item here. So I'm going to use this last one right here, the chair. So I need to go ahead and drop ship a chair. Customer went to go ahead and order it, my Alpine Ski House customer. And I'm going to give it a quantity of 1, right? They ordered one, or maybe 4, because they have a table. You may need 4 tables. And making sure that my pricing is correct, everything is there. Perfect. And I'm going to click this box called drop shipment. Okay. It's going to flag this order as a drop ship. Now, the next step is to link a purchase order to this dropship sales order I just created. Now, there are multiple ways to accomplish this, by the way, depending on volume. So for single order, I'm going to name two. Create a purchase order, and then we'll manually link the sales order to that purchase order. If you do have multiple orders, for example, of this particular product, in this case, chair, and let's say you have, I don't know, a ton of multiple orders, you can create a requisition worksheet and pull all sales order that has a drop ship checked, okay? But for this sake of this demo, let's say it's a one-off or a special order, we're going to use the standard first option as a single order. I'm going to create a purchase order for this. So with that, I now have a sales order here. Okay, I can release it and whatever. So if you like, you don't have to in this case. So what I'm going to do is navigate to my purchase order. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate to purchase orders. There you go. And I'm going to create a brand new one. And I'm going to buy it from a vendor. You may be able to buy this particular chair from multiple vendors. In this case, I'm just going to use Wide World Importers. All right. And the next step for me within this purchase order is update the shipping and payment. So I'm going to go down to shipping and payment. And my ship to is going to be the customer address. All right. So the customer address would be, I think, Alpine Ski House. All right. So there it is. So please note that I haven't entered the purchase line here because the goal is just to pull that sales order line into this purchase order. So it's going to save you some time with that. So that's why I went directly to the shipping and payment. So if you're curious about that, that's the reason for it. All right. So the next step now is we're going to link it. So from the purchase order itself, we're going to link the sales order, navigate to the action bar. Now it's going to be one of these buttons, and sometimes it's very difficult for you to navigate. So in my case, I think it's going to be, let's see, functions. Yep, mine's under actions, functions, and then drop shipment. Okay, and I'm going to get the sales order. And you'll notice that there's actually multiple items here because of the fact that there are 3 sales orders for the customer Alpine Ski House. And so in this case, I did one that's released. So I noticed that was the only one that's released. And my document date is 4/10. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that, highlight it, hit OK. And you'll see that it actually pulled that sales line to this purchase order. You saw that this item right here for that 4 pieces, and my cost is $149, but I'm selling at a different price. I think it's $190. So now they are linked together, and actually I can confirm that from my from the line. So depending on your permissions, I can actually see the back end of this thing to see how it's linked together. So like I said, from the highlighted view, I can actually see what line this is located. So if I search for sales order, I better choose that sales purchase line, and I search for sales order. You'll notice that this particular record and this line that I have highlighted, it's associated to the sales order 101013, line 10,000. So that is linking together between the purchase order and the sales order in the back end. So you may not have that visibility here. Now there are occasions where you may want to add this field here to the sales line so you have that visibility. But you may want to speak to your admin of Business Central to see if you can add that column in here. As of this video, the current version of Business Central, you would be able to add that column here so you can get that visibility. All right, so the next step now is I'm going to post the sales order. So I can go ahead and back out and navigate back to the sales order, and I'm going to ship an invoice this particular sales order. Now, please note that you can also view the link purchase order from the sales order as well, the same way that I showed. At this time, the next steps for you to complete a dropship order is by confirming with the vendor that the product was shipped out to your customer. Once it is confirmed, you can then post the sales order as ship or ship and invoice depending on your business process. Also note that you could also post a purchase order as receive, but it will still require you to post and invoice the sales order before you can invoice the purchase order. So since I'm already in the sales order, what I'm going to do is post this, and I'm going to ship and invoice. You'll also notice, once I do this, you'll notice on the purchase order as well. So I'm going to go ahead and ship and invoice this particular product. And I don't need to see the posted sales invoice. So that is gone. It's posted, shipped, and invoiced to that customer. What I'm going to do now is do the last step is navigate to the purchase order. And as I navigate to the purchase order, I can go ahead and also post this as well. Now, before I post this, I'm going to show you what I mean by that. You notice that it automatically did a receive for me in Business Central when I posted that sales order for ship and invoice because it's going to the customer now. So it automatically created a purchase receipt for me. You notice that it is now quantity to receive, and then now it's just waiting for you to invoice. So the next logical step for me at this point is go ahead and post and invoice this. I don't need to receive at all because it's already been received automatically when I posted the sales order. I'm just going to go ahead and invoice it. Oh, I need to enter the document date. Good one. So I'm going to go ahead and drop ship. And I don't know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and post invoice. And voila, that has been invoiced. It is so easy to do a quick drop ship setup. Now the process is going to be very similar to the special order. Again, that's pretty much it. If you like this video, how quick it is you could get started within Business Central. It's the fundamentals of dropship. Hit a like, and if you want to see more, subscribe so you don't miss out to new content. And please leave a comment if you have anything you want to add, questions you want to ask. I do appreciate it. Again, that is pretty much it for the fundamentals of dropship. The same process, again, just a note, is similar for special order where you may not typically stock a special item in your inventory, but you may sell it from time to time. So good luck with your journey in Business Central. And once again, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.